All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here for a Freaky Friday, March 12th. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a good start to the weekend. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video. And hopefully you can join us today from 11 a.m. to noon right here on the YouTube channel. We're going to break down all the games. In fact, we've got a great show lined up here today. How did you like those 3 winners last night with the NHL system? In fact, Toronto, Boston, and Calgary. Calgary was a late system because they were a favorite, and now that system is now 9-0 the last 4 days. We're going to talk about the Bears and the Bulls. We've got some free horse racing picks. We're going to talk about the computer selections. In fact, it's going to be a good show. Looking forward to that. And I have a new angle today. So what I like to do each and a couple days, I can't do it every day because there's so much research that goes into it. But I'm going to have a new betting angle. Today's angle is NBA winning streaks. And I got a really, it's almost as good as the NHL angle. It's hitting at 60% or 65% in some angles. But it's an NBA system that you're going to want to see when we hit that on the betting angle today on the show. Hey, Eddie's back at the Streakcatcher. You got to love Eddie. Eddie's right. You know, he fell off the horse with that one loss, but he's right back on the horse on a 4-game win streak. Eddie's back again, and we'll see what Eddie's got in store for us today. We're going to break down some NBA, NHL games, and at the end, we always wrap up with the ATS Calculators, what you guys want me to break down, and also hockeypicks.com. Don't forget to make your selections each and every day at hockeypicks.com. My name's Ron Raymond. I'm a 4-time handicapping champion. I've been doing this now since 1996, and so really enjoying bringing this show to you guys each and every day. I feel it's one of the top handicapping shows out there when it comes to content, bringing you good information. And it's not just player related. You know, I like to dig deep into the stats and have reasoning behind our numbers. And not to say, you know, that there are not other good shows out there. There's a lot of great shows out there. In fact, I listen to a few of them. So, but I got a feeling that the Raymond Report Sports Betting Podcast is pretty up there when it comes to content. And the objective of the show is to teach young novice gamblers, you know, young or old, if you've been doing this or you haven't been doing this, and show them the Raymond Report sports betting system was based on 3 key fundamentals, and that is it's based on value, the percentage play, and performance cycles. And if you if you stick around long enough, eventually you're going to see what I've seen when I was going through a rut. About 5 years ago, I was just, you know, 50% handicapper, losing money. I wasn't happy, and I felt the goalpost move, right, in the sports betting industry. I felt the goalpost moves, and then I said, okay, I got to go back to the drawing board. And, you know, it took months of research to see exactly what it came down. And when I pinpointed, it boiled down to 2 things, value and percentage play. Value, percentage play, and then you got to find those indicators in the cycles, and hopefully you guys will you'll see if you stick long enough with the show and you watch the show every day, eventually you'll start to see a pattern develop in the mindset of what I see. Sometimes, you know, I try to explain it to people, they don't get it, and they don't see what I see. But trust me, like I always say, to sum it up in a nutshell. How do you handicap the last 30 seconds of a game? You can't. It boils down to percentage play, right? And we've seen that a lot this week. All right. You know, another thing I was talking about too, when I was thinking last night watching the games, you know, why do you handicap? Why do you watch games? Why do you gamble, right? Do you gamble or do you invest? You know, people who watch, like, do you just specifically watch one sport and thinking that that's the sport you're watching because you want to make money on that sport? Put yourself in the bookmaker's shoes, right? They don't watch one sport. They monitor the lines. They watch every sport, right? And they don't, you know, as much as they love sports, they love money much more, right? And they love making money. And that's how you got to really distinguish or separate your personal feelings, your fan feelings, to making money feelings, right? And once you do that, then you start making money. And you know, you got to ask yourself, are you making money in sports betting? And money management is so key. I'm going to do a show on that one day. But let's take a look at the bullpen and see who's talking and who's in the bullpen right now. There's G&G. Hello, Reginald and Ramblers and Gamblers. Oh, now he's calling me Reginald. It used to be Ronald, Dave. I guess we're not family no more, G&G. Now it's Reginald. And there's Isaiah. How you doing, Cheeks? Cheeks from Minneapolis. Mark Nations from Georgia. How you doing, Mark? Finally adjusted to new time. Happy Friday. Freaky Friday, everybody. Underdog Snipers in the house. How you doing, Snipe? And let me see. There's Eddie. There's Eddie, the Eddie O. Hey, he wants to be known as Eddie O now. Good morning, happy Friday to you, Mr. Raymond. And there's Eddie O. Eddie O's in the house, folks. And there's, you know what, Eddie, congratulations. You've been on a great run. You've been making a lot of people money. And I hope you're feeling the love here today in the bullpen. All right, there's Eddie's in the house. We got Isaiah. We got Lee Lewis. Great Eddie picked Sixers last night. See, Eddie, you got a fan club. I'm going to have to make a new website for Eddie. The Eddie fan club page. Chad, there's Corner Gas. Corner Gas is in the house. Corner Gas in the house. Hey, this is the one thing I love about the bullpen, right? Once I find out where you're from, I'll find an angle, right? I'll find an angle to you. So, hello all. I went 6-10 last night in hockey, 9 out of 11 in NBA. Cash. Hey, more Ron. Corner Gas wants more. Yeah, let's fill up the tank at the Corner Gas there in the old Saskatchewan, right? There's Rui, my guy from Lisbon, Rui Pedro Nogueira, yeah. And, I got to put you in contact with my brother-in-law. Maybe we can talk some soccer. He's a big Benfica fan. Loves Benfica. And, so that Rui from Portugal is in the house. So welcome, Portugal. Rusty, where's Rusty? So if you guys see my Twitter feed, I had Rusty running on the treadmill the other day. If you go to my Twitter feed, just scroll down, you'll see Rusty was in the wintertime in Canada. Obviously sometimes they're too cold, so we gotta train them. I don't want my dog getting pudgy, right? And Rusty will make an appearance at the end of the show like he does every Friday. That's how we kick off the Rain Report. We head you in the weekend with the Rustinator. And then NBA, NHL, here we go. And soccer and Benfica always for Rui. Hey, you know what? How about that NHL system that we talked about this week in the angle, right? And this is one of the things that I wanted to bring to the show. Always have an angle, a league. Once we have this angle, I want to keep monitoring. If I bring an angle every day, I can't do that because there's so much work and research that goes into it. But look at that NHL angle. If you are betting NHL favorites right now that are coming off a 1-goal loss, 3-0 last night, 8-0 the last, actually, is it 8? No, it's 9-0 the last 4 days. Over 70, let me see here, I wrote it down. 70-some% here. The angle, where is it? The angle. It was 44 and 47 and 2014 or something like that. Where did I put that down? I put that down somewhere. Anyways, I'll find it back in a second. I know I wrote it down somewhere. But the angle, hey, it's amazing. The angle, I'm talking about this angle right here. If you go to today's, if you ever come to the website, guys, and you want to see, okay, what's Ron going to babble about today, go to Tools, go to Podcast Show, and it's going to show you right here the show that we have on deck here today. Now, here's the angle that I'm going to have today with the NBA. But the angle I'm talking about, NHL, is this one right here. The NHL favorites. Last night, NHL favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. They won again last night. It's now 47-17. In fact, let me prove it to you right here. So the proof is in the pudding, as they say. And if you go to the super database right here, and if you're ever on the website and you say, you know what, Ron talked about that angle once about NHL favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. What's that record again? And let's go to NHL. And let's go NHL. Let's go favorite. And teams coming off a 1-goal loss. Where is the 1-goal loss? Right here. Coming off a 1-goal loss this season. So we're going to go current season. I wish it was more simple to just start looking for. But here it is. All right, so any NHL favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. Look at that. 47-17. Hey, if you're not making money with that system, then just mail in your money to the sportsbook. They'll take it. They'll be happy to take it, right? But that's what we got going here today, guys. The Rain Report. Glad to be with you here on a Friday, a freaky Friday. We got a lot of great people here now. There's Comic Kish, Morgan State. He's on Morgan State today. I did good in the NHL last night. I'm going to ride the system trend. Plant-based. There's my guy, Plant-based Junkie. What's up, Big Ron? Let's get it. Let's get it today. Where are you from, Plant-based? I know Plays and Parlays from Boston. Where's Plant-based from? Chad's in we always get NHL today. I see all favorites except St. Louis. Yeah, that's St. Louis. But you know what? It's almost like a pick 'em price, right? That's St. Louis. So I don't know if it really qualifies as a system play. Plant-based likes Denver today. Large sample size makes the difference. The name Reginald in Latin means the king. Well, I'm far from a king. Just ask my wife that. She'll tell you that. Hey, I'm sure every married or couples will tell you that. NBA Fade is going to make a push. Favorites when they lost, Isaiah, plant-based jug. Oh yeah, Buffalo. That's right, the Bills Mafia. Hey, that's I got Rusty on a Bills Mafia shirt there on the page. And all right, so we got a lot of people in the bullpen today. The bullpen is rocking. Again, folks, don't forget, if you are interested in a membership here at atsstats.com, it's less than $1 a day. You get all of the tools here in the toolbox, except for the premium picks. Premium picks are a little bit different. They're a separate package, but less than $1 a day, you get the Raymond report, computer picks, you get everything in the dashboard. But if you are interested in my top selections, I'm on a good run right now. And, I got to pump those tires when I can because, it doesn't come, it comes often enough. But 17-8 in my last 25 selections. In fact, if you go look at Ron Raymond and you just scroll right down, you can see my last 25 premium picks. And I'm 17-8 documented right here on my top selections. And you can get that at atsstats.com. Go to picks. Go to Ron Raymond, or you can get Ross Benjamin. Ross is having a good run too in basketball. In fact, I know he had a nice winner the other night in Duke. And if you look at Ross, Ross has been solid all year, and he's having another good season. And that's Ross Benjamin right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to our schedule here. We talked about the recap, and I can't wait to show you guys that NBA system. And we're gonna kick it off now today with the Rain Report, with a free play in horse racing. Now, today's track of the day is Santa Anita Park. I don't think our tips won yesterday. I thought I think the horses are still running, but hey, we'll see. We'll make it up. I know we had a good winner today, Wednesday, but I don't think Thursday was a winning day. But let's go to race number 1 today in Santa Anita Park in California. It's a $36,000 claiming race. Now, it's a later post time, so you got time to get on this one. It's a 3:30 post time at Santa Anita. The distance is 1 mile on the turf, and we're going to go 7:10.5 in race number 1 today at Santa Anita. And today's free tip sheet is Santa Anita, guys. So if you want to watch the ponies today, just print out the tip sheet, and then what I do is I bet the Jokers plays all day. You see where it has the Joker play? And that's what I do. I bet them to win in the place. I double dutch all those Joker plays, and it's a good way to kill an afternoon. Now, in race number 1, I'm going to go 7:10.5. 7:10.5, clearly gone with Flavian Pratt in the ride here on the 7. He's 2-1 morning line. The number 10 horse, Little Bird Hernandez on the ride here on Little Bird. And then we're going to close that trifecta with a 15-1 long shot, Miss Flawless. Bays on the ride here on Miss Flawless. We're going to go 7:10.5 in race number 1. And my Joker's wild selection is the number 4 horse with Kent Desarmo Jr. on the ride here. Kent Desarmo, the 4 horse, Sugary at 5-2 morning line. Now, if you're going to play an exacta box, somebody asked me, how do you play these? This is what I recommend. If you're going to play race number 1 today at Santa Anita, I would go 7-10, 10-5, 5-4 exacta box. And if you want to do a trifecta, 7-10-5, 4-10-5. Don't forget to box them. And again, I play the way I bet my horses. I call it double dutch. I'll take the Joker selection here, and it's always the most value in the race. And I specifically program the program to give me value because anybody can take favorites, right? And the number 4 horse, Sugary, is 5-2 morning line. So hopefully Sugary will come into you. And again, don't forget, if you're going to take play horses, play at Fadoho.com. Fadoho.com is favorites, dogs, and horse. And the way this works, you go in each and every day, you log in, and let's log in here. And then what you want to do is you go to make picks, and let's say you ran out your account. See, this is the good thing. I can show you guys this. So you go to cashier, and there's a play for fun banker. Well, man, imagine if we had a play for fun banker who just put $100 in your account every day. How life would great be, right? Hey, it'd be like it'd be fantastic. It's almost like Bitcoin these days, right? Bitcoin, if you're in the cryptocurrency. Man, Bitcoin is running wild, but what goes up must come down, so be careful if you're dabbling into cryptocurrencies. All right, let's go to make picks, and the way it works is you go to favorite, you pick a favorite, a dog, and right here, or a horse, and then what you do is you make your selection. So let's say if I go to favorite, I'll go to NBA, and I'll take let me see here, I'll go Miami Heat, and then I'm just doing this to show you guys an example, so don't use these selections. NBA, I'm going to take an underdog here. And let's say I go with the Memphis. You know what? Man, it's tough today in the NBA. I tell you that. I look. Let's go NHL. I got more faith in my underdog plays in the NHL. Let's go, let me see here. Let's go, let's say Anaheim. And then let's go to the Gulfstream Park. Well, actually, let's go Santa Anita, like I just said. Santa Anita Park. And then we're going to go to race number 1, and let's go with Sugary. Let's take him to place. And then let's say put $50 on it. Pays $346, and there you go. You just played Fadoho at fadoho.com. All right, let's look at the schedule here. We're going to talk about the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's see what's come in the last couple of days in the NHL, NBA. And let's see what the people are saying in the bullpen. Eddie is on a roll more. And the thing is, guys, anytime I'm doing these shows and you guys want to talk about and post your picks into the in the bullpen, like there's a lot of games going off in college basketball today. Fire away, and I'm sure you can always. I'm sure you guys can multitask. Hey, I'm sure you can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, and you can just post your college basketball plays in there. And listen to the show and have a coffee, or too early for a beer. It's only 11:15, but I'm sure somebody's going to say it's 5 o'clock somewhere. A little Jimmy Buffett song right there. But yeah, so let's get to the SBI and let's see what's going on in the Sports Betting Index. Let's see what has come in the last couple of days. So last night, it was a big night for the favorites on the straight up factor, 8-3 straight up, but on the against the spread, 5-6. Now, I'm happy I said that, because did anybody play that Atlanta game last night? And there was a question the other day. Somebody asked me, and they said, when you play the low favorites, you play money line. And I did last night. I know I gave Atlanta as one of my recommendations, but the software where I post my pick doesn't allow me to put in money line. But I went 2-2 last night in the NBA, and or actually, was it 2-2? Well, yeah, with it was 3-1 with the money line, but 2-2 with the point spread. But what I did, anytime you get -3 or lower, I'll normally play the money line. And if you watched that Atlanta-Toronto game last night, you know that that was a great shot by Snell to get us that money line, that cash. We cashed in last night on that money. That was a money shot right there. That what Snell did to the Raptors, and I'm a Raptor guy. But again, this is about making money. And as much as I love the Raptors, I like making money better. And Snell was money. That was a money shot. Anybody had the Atlanta Hawks on the money line last night, that was money. And yeah, so anytime you see a line that's -3 or lower, I always recommend don't sweat it out. Spend the extra money. Take the money line, and you'll be happy you did, especially with a situation last night. And the reason I said that is because, look, last night the favorites went 8-3. But only 5-6 against the number. So you see how the money line can come into your favor when you're betting money line on low spreads, right? 8-3 to the over. So again, we are now in the overs market the last 3 days. 74.3% of the overs have come in on the last, actually the last 2 days, right? Because there's only been a couple of games. So we're now, well, if you count the All-Star game, but 9-4 to the over in the NBA. So, again, we are bull market in the straight up. Obviously, you'll always be in a bull market in NBA straight up. But on the 7-day average against the point spread, 56.9%. And the cutoff is 57.1. So we're still in a neutral market when it comes to betting favorites in the NBA. And the reason why I say that is because of your mindset and the bookie's mindset on how he's thinking, on how the market is thinking, right? Like my good friend Ross Benjamin says, think like a bookmaker. When they're doing their line, they're seeing, okay, how am I going to get everybody on one side or another, right? And look at that Philadelphia game last night. That was a great call by Eddie. Everybody saw Chicago. I bet you dollars to donuts about 70-30 was on Chicago last night. And sure enough, Philadelphia, they no Embiid, no Simmons, and all they do is go out there and lay a can of whoop ass on the Chicago Bulls, right? All right, here we go. Sugar is bad for you, but not today. I'll check it out. Some pure Canadian maple syrup will fix up. There's the Canadian content. Hey, get out of that ice fishing shack there, G&G. You got cable in that shack or what? Hey, up there in North Bay. Actually, showed me a nice picture of the lake up there. Really nice lakes. Connor Levike. My last name is Levike. A lot of Canadian name. Yeah, Levike and Tremblay. You can't get more Canadian French than that, right? Connor Levike. Awesome. Where are you from, Connor? Chad, a pick a lot of ties and had a huge lead. Do you think the over-under Spurs game? So, all right. So, let's take a look at the NHL. Let's see what the NHL is going right now. And let's see, the NHL in the sports betting index. Now, last night in the NHL, 7-3 to the favorite. It's been a favorite year. You know, with all these games and these division rivalries, and you're always playing the same team 3 and 4 nights, this is gonna. If you're betting favorites, I'll say it again, you're smiling like a butcher's dog because you are making money betting favorites in the NHL. And the best thing, and you know, if you've been following my system in the last couple of days, the system is 9-0. Bet favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. And you're doing pretty well. Last night, 7-3, and you know, bet favorites after an underdog night. And this is one thing you want to see, like over the weekend. If you see that the underdogs have a great night, they don't follow it up back to back. Look at that. Look at all the red here. You don't see any back to back reds, right? So anytime an underdog has a night, it's a good opportunity to bet the favorites the following night because underdogs have not had back-to-back nights. Now, having said that, watch them go back-to-back this weekend or something, right? All right, let's head to the schedule. I got to stick to my schedule today. Yesterday, I was all over the place. I was the Bears report. I was in the 80% club. Man, it was like I was bar hopping yesterday at the Raymond report. Computer picks. All right, let's go to the computer picks. Oh, actually, you know what? Almost missed it. Market index. Let's see which teams are bullish right now in the NBA. And these are teams. What I like to do with this index here, again, think like a bookmaker. And we want to see which team have the favorite sentiment. You know, it's like, focus. Hey, and Natalie, is that you? Hey, that's what my wife says. Focus. All right, so where was I? Oh, yeah, shiny thing in the corner. Focus. Bullish. Let's look at a bullish market right now. And the reason why we look at this here, guys, is, you know, remember Washington, they were a C-type team. Now, in the Rain report, teams that are C-type teams are teams below 500. You don't see C-type teams that are bullish very often, right? When you do, it's there's value, but, you know, if they're a C-type team, and I don't know if you can trust. I always say, right, it's hard to trust C-type teams. Now, Miami, Phoenix, Brooklyn, nice win by Brooklyn last night over plays and parlays, Boston Celtics, Milwaukee, Dallas. Now, Dallas, Denver, those are your B-type teams. Now, Dallas has been on a nice run, so has Denver, right? Dallas and Denver has been on a pretty nice run of late. They're your two bullish teams that are B, and B-type means they're 50 to 59.9 in the standings, and so is Miami. Miami right now is 6-1 in the last 7. Miami, and, you know, I got a feeling like Miami was in the bubble last year. Denver, Dallas, these are teams that didn't have a great start, but look at them now, right? What have you done for me lately, as Janet Jackson would say? And right now, they're making you money. And you know what? Miami. I'd have to check their ATS record, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what their ATS record is. In fact, we can do that right here. Let's go to the old toolbox, and let's go to ATS team standings. And let's see how Miami is doing right now against the point spread and see how they are ATS-wise. So we're going to go right here. Miami, no, not that good, actually. They're, let me see here, 17-19. But maybe in the last couple of weeks, right? Maybe I can check that out. So let me see at home. No, they're not in the top 10 at home. Maybe on the road. Phoenix, there's Denver. There's Denver on the road, 12-8. And then, let me see, Dallas. Dallas anywhere around? I don't think so. Dallas not having a really, number 16. And where's Miami? On the road. Miami on the road. Oh, actually, they're number 12. So they're moving up in the standings. All right, so there's your C-neutral type teams. These are teams where I figure between you and the bookmaker's mindset is pretty neutral in the market conditions. And then your C-type teams. Lakers still in the basement. Look at this. The Lakers, they need a win tonight to get out of the Bears club. And every other team deserves to be their C-type teams. And then you got the NHL. Let's take a look at the NHL. The A, Bs, and Cs. The Bears, the Bulls. And we'll see what that pans out. All right, there's Eddie. He says, sometimes when a team is missing a few players and the rest of the team works harder. Also, Chicago didn't take Philadelphia seriously. That's why I choose Philadelphia. Yeah, you're right. That's an absolute good observation, Eddie. And you know, Philadelphia is an A-type team for a reason. And, you know, Philadelphia didn't get to be an A-type team or a top team just because of one guy, right? There's no I in team, and you need everybody. You need the bench and this next man up mentality. And normally in the NBA and the pro sports, when somebody goes down, they always say it's another opportunity for someone to get paid. Because once somebody goes down like Embiid or Simmons, then somebody who doesn't get much playing time has an opportunity to really shine. And this way, when free agency comes, you gotta keep your stock up, right? You gotta keep that stock up. Looking at the NHL, so here's your A-type teams in the NHL. Carolina, Islanders. They're just a money-making machine at home. Washington's an A-type team. Tampa Bay, Vegas, and Pittsburgh. Obviously, all those teams deserve to be there. And let's see if there's anything out of the ordinary in the basement. Nope. Poor Buffalo. Sorry, plant-based, but your Buffalo Sabres, man, they're, we'll need therapy for that one. All right, so those are your Bears and Bulls report today for a Freaky Friday, March 12th. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. So let's go to the computer picks. Let's take a look. Actually, where are we at? Computer picks. Got to stay on schedule. Focus, right, Corner Gas? We got to stay focused here. And let me check out the question. Bulls can't be trusted, laying the points. Spurs, Lakers, Denver, Miami, I took for Chad. And let's take a look at the Sixers and the Washington Wizards. Now, Philly's a 4.5-point favorite. You'll run her at 234. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with the Sixers. Back-to-back night tonight for Philadelphia. Last 4 games for the Sixers have gone over the total. However, they're on a 3-game straight-up ATS losing streak. Washington coming off a 127-112 loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. And 21-14 on the year for Washington. And the KOGO. The KOGO stands for chance of game going over the total. Tonight's at 37%. Denver taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Now the Nuggets are a 3-point favorite. The over-runner at 227. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna see a draw here. Look at this. 114.3, 114.9 favoring Memphis. So we got Memphis very, very tight here. But I'll get to the value report when the percentage play on this game. I got some interesting numbers for both these teams. Cleveland against New Orleans. What did I tell you about the Pelicans, right? I say it all the time. With New Orleans. They're a great team, a young team, a lot of dynamic players, but it's like giving your 18-year-old the keys to the Porsche. They don't know how to handle a favorite role, and Minnesota comes into their house last night and just, took them behind the woodshed, and a 135-105 win for the T-Wolves. And now it's a back-to-back game. Now, the good thing about New Orleans here tonight is they don't get much time to think about that loss to Minnesota. You go right back at it, and you're getting a team that's beatable. You're getting a team that's another C-type team like Minnesota. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers in your house. But be careful. Be careful what you wish for. Cleveland Cavaliers have covered the spread in their last 5 games. Now, we got the Pelicans, a 7-point favorite. The over-under at 229. Forecast, going to lean with the Pels here, 121 to 110. So we got them winning by 11, and they're a touchdown favorite here tonight. Only thing that Spurs have hit the bed a few times against the Magic. Sabres have sucked for years, yeah. Yeah, they haven't been to the playoffs in a long time, that's for sure. Miami taking on the Chicago Bulls. Normally your computer picks show COW. Yeah, chances of winning. This is chances of covering. So good observation there, YL Borden. So what YL is talking about right here is COC. But if you go into the rain report, and then you go to one of these games, so let's go to, say, the New Orleans game. And you're going to see that we have the COC and the COW you're talking about. The COW is the chance of winning. You're talking about this right here and the COC. I had the COW, the cow, in the NHL, but I figure for the computer pick, the chances of covering the spread is what people want to see more. 60% chance of covering for Miami, and for the Chicago Bulls, 55%. Last 3 games for Chicago have gone over the total, and again, coming off a bad loss last night, but just like New Orleans, they get right back at it tonight. But the bad news is they get Miami, the hot team, a bullish team in the Miami Heat. So you see how everything comes around when we talk mindset. We talk about Bears, the Bulls, cycles, and this is where I want, what I do when I handicap is I got to get into that mindset, because at the end of the day, like I said at the top of the show, you got to leave your fan hat on and you got to put your money hat on, right? You're about making money. Bookmakers don't really care about the games. They care about making money. And once you get into that mindset on how to beat the bookmaker and not how, this team beats that team, you got to figure a way. How do you make money against the bookmaker? And this is like, ever since I've gotten to sports betting in '96, obviously I was young, but once you losing money will change your mind really fast of being a fan. Hey, I'll tell you that real quickly. But you want to the name of the game is make money, and once you get a system and you make money and lower your risk, like we saw one guy post the other day, he had 9 plays. That's I'll book those plays. If you want to bet 9 games, I'll book them. Because lower risk, and that's why when we do these shows and I talk about the Streakcatcher, think about this. The Streakcatcher is one of the best sports betting tools out there because it covers a lot of, when I designed that site, I had a lot of things in mind. Number one, and I never talk about it, is money management. You guys go there, we all go there, and we look at the Streakcatcher, and the design of that site is to really make you money, but also to protect your bankroll by only making 1 play a day. You follow the top leaders' plays, and the thing in sports betting, hey, I get cold, you guys get cold, but we also get hot. And the thing with the Streakcatcher, and this is what I love about this site, is somebody always gets hot. And this way, if you're having a bad streak and Nano 55 or Eddie or somebody's on a good run and it takes a little bit of pressure off you, think about it. You're riding someone who's hot. He's on they've already proven themselves to you with 5 wins, 13 wins for Eddie. You bet that 1 play a day. It controls your bank average, your bank management, and this way you're not betting 9 plays a day, right? So Streakcatcher to me is one of the best sports betting money management tools out there because it covers a lot of angles. All right, there goes Ron Raymond on a rant again. Hey, who's supposed to keep me in line when I go on these rants there? I thought it was Chad, right? Focus. Come on, Chad. You're supposed to be all over this here. All right, so we said the Chicago Bulls, yep. Let's go to Orlando and the Spurs. Now, the -7-point favorite for San Antonio. And looking at the total in this game, 215. Forecast going to lean with the Spurs here, 112 to 106. The over-under at 218.85. So looking at San Antonio, and I can't wait to show you my NBA betting angle today because San Antonio is one of those teams that qualifies. There's the word of the week this week that I was searching for. San Antonio qualifies for the NBA angle that I'm going to display here in just a few minutes. But back to this, we got the Spurs winning here by 5 points. So Dallas -7 tonight. San Antonio -7. They're coming off a loss to Dallas, and the Kogo was at 42%. All right, I see some questions here in the bullpen. So not a lot of New Orleans, lots of injuries. Oh, really? So I'm not so good. See, good eye there on Chad, and that's one thing we don't do enough, right? We gotta really stay on top of the injuries. And that's a good observation by Chad. Magic have a nice train going, making money. Underdog, huge. That's a huge advantage. We can snipe. Bookies can't. Yeah, trust me. Trying to get out of the corner gas, play safe. I was surprised streak stats aren't illegal. Bookies can't do that about it. Streakcatcher is such a great site. I just recently signed up. Thanks for the great site. Yeah, I'm far from a genius. Just ask my wife that. Okay, but yeah, no, I appreciate that. And that in fact, Streakcatcher, was it maybe in 2004? I trademarked it. I trademarked the whole situation. I was one of the first guys. Go look back in the early 2000s. The Streakcatcher I designed in 2000, and I've got the trademark on that. But I'm not one of those guys I'm going to go after everybody because of a friggin' Streakcatcher trademark. But I did trademark that name along with the World Series of Handicapping. That's why I had to, because that's why the World Series, the baseball came after me. I mentioned that story last week, right? I own the World Series of Handicapping, and I get a letter from my lawyer saying that Major League Baseball doesn't want you to use that word anymore. World Series of Handicapping. So we made an agreement. So anytime I do the World Series of Handicapping, I just make sure I don't relate it to baseball, and I don't sell any merchandise that have baseball merchandise. And as Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story. All right, let's get back to the bullpen. There's Lonnie Smith. He's in the den. How you doing, Lonnie? Lonnie's that guy who just comes in halfway through the show while you're at a conference, right? That one guy who sneaks in by the back. He's out getting coffee. He got caught at the coffee boat talking to somebody. Then he comes in half hour late. Just ribbing you there, Lonnie. Streakcatcher, our Wall Streets version of, yeah, that's an awesome. I love that. Plant-based junkie said Streakcatcher is our version of Wall Street bets. You know what? And I wish I got to come up with these props. I got to give you like some emoji props here, right? I think I can do some emojis here in the. That's you know what? That's a good one, plant-based. Hello all, says Lonnie. Awesome. I'm really close to taking the Spurs. I'm remodeling my office. Yeah, remodeling his office. All right, Lonnie's on Lonnie time. So that's I love when we have bullpen on bullpen crime going on here at the Rain Report today. All right, so back to the focus, right, Chad? Focus. Houston taking on the Utah Jazz. Minus 16 here for the Jazz. The over-under at 228. Focus. Forecast. See, now you got me all twisted here. All right, minus 16 is the line. 228 is the over-under. The ATS forecast is going to lean with the Jazz. Look at the number on this one. 16. Wow. I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole. 119 and 114, the over-under at 234. And don't look now. Close your eyes because there's a car accident waiting to happen. 14-game losing streak for Houston. And, man, when James Harden left there, he took the heart and soul and just, it was like the balloon popped, and everybody's hopium just left with it, right? Because the hopium of winning another game is really being challenged right now in Houston. How do you lose 14 games in a row when you're the Houston Rockets? That's, to me, what's management doing? Like, what's ownership doing? You lose 14 games in a row. I think it was 7 games ago. You need to start doing something. Now, Christian Wood's going to be back here so hopefully soon. That'll be a huge, huge asset to get Woods back. But, man, what is going on in Houston? You got to fix that ASAP. And the Pacers taking on the Lakers. Now, LA, a 4.5-point favorite. The over-under set at 217. The forecast going to lean with the Lakers here tonight, 112 to 103. The over-under at 216.27. Now, the Lakers on a 2-game losing streak, and they're bearish. Look at that, a bearish type team. Now, here's the thing. The good news for the Lakers, the Clippers were bearish prior to the All-Star break. Now, let's see. Actually, I had the Clippers last night as one of my top plays. Now, let's see if the LA Lakers can hold their end of the bargain tonight and get out of the basement with that bearish signal beside their name. All right. This show was absolutely great. I couldn't agree more with you, Lonnie. I love it. Ron, I've been 16 out of 18 on Streakcatcher. I've been looking at other players for help. That's, you know what, Eddie? That's the way it works. And this is why, if you're into sports handicapping, all of us is stronger than one of us. And that's one thing I always told my football players, the team that I coach. It's not one person that's at the end of the day is going to hold a trophy. It's 40 of us, and that's the way I look at the Rain Report. I look at the bullpen. The more collective minds we have here in the bullpen, and we're all sharing information. All of us is stronger than one of us, and this is why Streakcatcher, hockey picks, bullpen picks. Now the new baseball website. Just imagine the power of the community, and we're always talking sports, and we're sharing our picks. Somebody's going to get hot. Somebody's going to get a hot hand. And I guarantee you, if you're doing your handicapping and you're looking at a game and you saw Eddie take Philadelphia last night and you like Chicago and you're like, you know what? This Eddie guy came out of friggin' left field and all he does is win. And, well, I'm not going to take Chicago tonight. I'm going to ride Eddie until the next Streakcatcher, next man, next woman up, right? That's the way, next person up. And that's the way we got to look at things, right? So all of us is stronger than one of us, and that's exactly what I say too, Eddie. All right, Ed starts with the corner gas guy. Yeah, hey, we gotta write corner gas and start the show with an Eddie. Hey, doing his picks at a Tim Hortons there with his coffee. Hey, how Canadian would that be? With a guy named Eddie doing his picks at Tim Hortons, and at a corner gas. Okay. Give me another week in my office. Signed up with the baseball. Yeah, bullpenpicks.com. I really want to find a capping niche. If we all have specific things we're good at and put them together, we can have a real success. Absolutely, Cheeks. And that's what the goal of this show is to create a community And who knows, maybe, I would love one day we go on tour and we start, meeting and have a conference, some type of Vegas conference or anywhere. There's Rashad. How do I sign up? Just go to streakcatcher.com. So let me just type that into the book here. Streakcatcher.com, or go to bullpenpicks.com for baseball. That's the one for baseball. So if you go to that one, that's for baseball. Streakcatcher is for one pick a day. One pick a day. Hopefully it will win you a day, right? Penguins, Crosby's playing well. Malkin clicking. You know what? Eddie Euler. There's Eddie Euler. He says Penguin and Crosby playing well. Malkin clicking. I was on Malkin like a dog on a bone at the beginning of the year. Remember, I kept saying Malkin. Once Malkin wakes up, watch out. Pittsburgh will start rolling. I don't know what Malkin did in the offseason. I don't know if he was in shape, but he wasn't Malkin. Now Malkin's playing better hockey. Now, hey, Batman needs Robin. And right now, Robin decided to show up. I was thinking about that. Have a goalie matchup squad. Have a travel with position squad. Has psychology squad. Absolutely. Thanks. Got it. All right. There you go. Okay. NHL. Let's go to the NHL. And then I'm going to share my 80% club stats. And then I can't wait to get to the betting angle today, the NBA. The NBA angle is one that I worked on last night for you guys. And I'm going to share that with you in a few minutes. All right, Arizona taking on the Minnesota Wild tonight. We're going to switch it up. A little puck talk here on the Raymond Report. And 185 for Minnesota now. Nice little letdown spot here for the Wild, coming off that 4-3 win over Vegas the other night. And that was a great series. Minnesota and Vegas, that was some really good hockey right there. Now, the Coyotes are coming in tonight. They might catch them napping here. You got a team coming off, not an upset, but a big emotional win over the Vegas Golden Knights. Hey, Vegas is the top team in the West, right? And now we got the forecast leaning towards the Wild, 2.91, 2.56, the over-under at 5.47. However, the chance of winning, the percentage play, 35% compared to 44 for the Arizona Coyotes. And but C-type teams, right? It's tough to trust C-type teams against A-type teams. It's like an old high school sweetheart. You know they're going to break your heart eventually. All right, Vegas Golden Knights. Speaking of the Vegas Golden Knights, they're going to be in a nasty mood. This is the game of the night. This will be the game of the night. Now, I think Fleury's not going to be in the lineup. I thought I read where he might have COVID. Hopefully, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I thought I saw something like that. And who's the starting goalie tonight? Yeah, Logan Thompson. Who had Logan Thompson in the pool? Hey, who had Logan Thompson in the pool? So no Fleury tonight, and we wish Marc-Andre all the best to get back. Good goalie, good guy too. Flower. If nobody knows, I don't know these guys personally. I just see them on the game. But anytime your nickname is Flower, the guys literally love you. That's anytime when Pittsburgh was playing anybody and the teams would talk about their goalie, they say, "Oh yeah, Flower had a hey." Only in hockey, they'll either call you Flower or they'll put a Y at the end of your name, right? Ronnie, Eddie, and that's the only hockey guy, right? So no Flower tonight, and playing St. Louis Blues. Now the Blues, hey, they're playing some good hockey. They're 14-12, they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. They're on a 2-game losing streak. The chance of winning 56%. What I meant to say was they're really good on the road. I don't know what the record is at home, but St. Louis, one of the best road teams in the league. In fact, if I go look at the stats here, let me pull up the St. Louis Blues. I know they got one of the best road teams records in the league. Let me see here. Straight up. Look at that. Number 1, 10-4. And Florida, 10-3. Hey, how was that Florida pick last night? Did you guys like that one? Down 4-1 in the third. Come back, win 5-4 overtime. Top shelf. Bob's your uncle, right? That was a great game. That was a great... Hey, you know what? When you're on the other side of those games, you just want to start throwing things because once it's 4-2, 4-3, that's it. It's over. And it's just nice to be on the other side of those type of games, right? So we got the Blues and the Vegas Golden Knights tonight, 3.75, 3.7, the over-under at 7.45. LA Kings taking on Colorado, 233 price tag today for the Avs. 5.5 is the over-under. We got the 3.05 for Colorado, 2.65 for the Kings, the over-under at 5.7. Now, McKinnon was out last game. I don't know if he's back, but I think he's still out. Let me see here. No, Nathan McKinnon. Looks like he might be a go here. Fired 10 shots on goal. Let me see. Did he play last game? Yeah, he did. Okay. I know he was out for 3 games, so you need Nathan McKinnon. That's, he's your Batman. Without him, you got trouble winning games. All right, let me take a look at the bullpen before I miss too many questions here. Okay, got it. Can't wait to get my office. Lean on the Knights, says Isaiah. COVID. Never fade the blues. Good morning here. There's Bo. Bo's in the house. Bo knows. O'Reilly, Perron have helped my hockey pool. Nice. That was a nice win last night. O'Reilly and are you talking about? Okay, yeah. O'Reilly and Perron. David Perron. Binnington just signed a 6-year extension. Yeah, he'll want to show that contract tonight. And when I get to my percentage plays, St. Louis is up there. Why is that? Why is St. Louis so consistently strong at home? Yeah, they got some good players. They're just a good hockey team. Crazy, I had them. Fonzie Tortorella blew his stack. You know what? Fonzie's old school coaching doesn't work in this. Ask Babcock. You can't rule with an iron fist. You can't take that military approach to any type of coaching. Football, hockey. We live in a different era. This ain't the 80s, the 90s. If you're someone my age, 52, or you've been brought up playing with that hard ass coach, that doesn't work anymore. I coach football, and I use the velvet hammer, but you got to really you got to be strategic when you coach now, and it's just because right now it's things I wouldn't say soft, but things have changed in the sports world, and you can't really you can't rule with an iron fist, and if you don't adjust, and you got to let the one of our coaches used to say all the time, it was a great saying. He goes, never let them see a smile till game 4, right? Because as a coach, it's if you come in too honky dory, try to be their buddy, you're not gonna have a good season. But if you start off strict, excuse me, you start off strict, and not even strict, but just discipline and follow the game plan, and just have a plan, have a practice plan, and do your stuff, and then the winning will take care of itself. What I think what's happening in Columbus is that Tortorella's he's got to smile more, stop being edgy, stop fighting everything, and then just in a time like this, Tortorella, if anybody knows Tortorella, I would tell him, give more rope for your assistant coaches. Let them start carrying. Let them be the voice, because right now your voice ain't carrying. And I think Tortorella is going to be on the outside looking in very shortly, right? The kiss of death was given 2 weeks ago when the GM said, hey, vote of confidence. We all know what that means, right? All right, focus. Ottawa Senators taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Minus 244 for Edmonton. 6.5 here for the over-under. Ottawa hasn't beaten Edmonton all year. It's not going to happen tonight. 4.1 to 2.4. The over-under at 6.59. And finally, San Jose taking on the Ducks at the Duck Pond. Sharks a 116 favorite. The over-under at 5.5. I got a tight one here. 3.15, 3.12. The over-under at 6.27. All right. Happy people perform. Yeah, exactly. Happy people perform. That's a good strategy right there. Hey, who wants to go to work knowing your boss is an idiot? Nobody. Hey, let's be honest. Everybody wants to go to work, have fun. Life's too short, man. You got to have fun in life. The number one rule I have in coaching football, and anybody who knows me and anybody who coaches with me, my number one rule, my 2 rules, I got 2 rules. Anytime I'm being approached to coach an all-star game or coach a football team, I said I'll do it on 2 conditions. 1, it's got to be fun, and 2, it's got to be rewarding. And rewarding doesn't mean financial. I don't care about that stuff. It has to be rewarding in the sense where the players get something out of it, the ownership gets something out of it, the parents get something out of it, the coaches get something out of it. Everybody has to be rewarded in some way, and it doesn't have to be financial, right? That's the golden rule of coaching football for me. It's got to be fun. Got to have fun. You got to create a good, fun atmosphere, and it's got to be rewarding where players learn, right? To me, at the end of the day, it's always about player experience. Anytime, if you're involved, you coach football, hockey, baseball, the players have got to give them the best experience of their life. So this way, when they're my age and your age, they're talking about that great experience they had as a 16-year-old, because the confidence you're putting into young kids today at that age group is going to go a lifetime, right? It's going to go a lifetime. They have fun, and they have a great experience. It's going to carry on with their life. All right, a little Ron Raymond football rant there, but let me get to the percentage plays of actually, let's go to 80% Club. We're going to go to the 80% Club, and now that the preaching's done, right? The Ron Raymond Freaky Friday preaching has been done. Let's go to and open up the club here in the NBA. Now, I looked at the NBA. It's a lot of straight-up angles here. And let's take a look here. All right, the Jazz. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to go with the straight-up Jazz ones. The under is 12-1 for the Rockets as a pick-em to +3 away underdog in the month of March, the last 10 years. But, you know, that's when Harden was there. The Spurs are 23-2 straight up as a home team after facing Dallas. So that's a pretty good angle right there. The over is 11-1 for the Nuggets when they're a pick-em to -3 away favorite after a non-division game the last 3 years. So pretty good stats right there in the 80% Club. And let's go to the NHL. I got some great stats here for the NHL. The Blues, 16-1 ATS on the puck line as a home underdog coming off a 2-game losing streak. So that is an interesting stat right there. But they're a favorite now, so that doesn't qualify. The Golden Knights, 8-1 as an away team coming off a game where they allowed 4 goals against in their last game. So, oh boy, I don't like that one. I do like St. Louis in that game. Didn't like to see that stat, but that's just one indicator, right? And let's go to the next one here. Look at this. The LA Kings like to play on Friday night. The under is 17-3 for the Kings as an away team on a Friday night the last 5 years. So, Kings on a Friday night seems like a good ticket to punch here today. All right, those are your 80% Club stats. Now, in the next in line here, the percentage plays of the day. I'm going to go through these quickly because I want to get to that NBA system. And let me just check out some of the rants here in the bullpen. Can't read the ice when you're worrying about your contract. Yes, Ronald, but there are 4,000 games happening. There's a lot of unbelievable besides NFL, NBA. Absolutely. That is so true, underdog. Let me see here. When usually covers, they win, especially a big loss. Blues, baby. Rashad likes the Blues. Hey, maybe we'll sing the Blues tonight. Now, looking at the let's go to the NBA first. We'll do NBA. So the teams that are overvalued tonight in the NBA, and I'm just going to bring up the computer picks here. The New Orleans Pelicans, they're -7. I had them at +134. They're a C-type team, so I don't trust them. I don't trust C-type teams. And when it comes to value and the indicators. Miami. Now, Miami's a team of value. They're overvalued tonight. And last night, the best team that was overvalued was Milwaukee. And we all know what happened there. I had Miami at -2.5. And actually, they're 2.5. I had them at +1.36. Excuse me. And they're a B-type team that are bullish. So, Miami's an overvalued team tonight. But again, that pizza analogy I talked to you about. You want a 2-for-1 pizza for $10? Or do you want that really good pizza that's $40? But it's still pizza, right? But it's just you're going to overpay for it. That's Miami right now. And San Antonio. San Antonio's overvalued tonight. They're -6.5. I had them at -0.1, and they're a B neutral type team in the Rain Report cycle index. So Miami, San Antonio, I think are your two best overvalued plays of the night. Now your top value plays of the night, I believe, are Denver -3.5. I had them at -5. Memphis +3.5. So now you got two teams that are facing each other, right? So then we go to the percentage play. And the LA Lakers. The LA Lakers, I had them at -5.04. And the Lakers are a team that, A-type team. I love when I get value on an A-type team like the Lakers. So Denver, Memphis, LA are the teams that have the best value tonight. Now I know Denver's playing Memphis. So that's just an indicator you got to consider. And the percentage play of the night, I've got Denver at 62% on the cow, but only 25% on the COC, the chance of covering, and they're a B-type team. New Orleans, I got them at 54% chance of winning, 81% chance of covering, but they're a C-type teams. I don't trust C-type teams. And Miami and San Antonio, again, percentage play. There's the value play, overvalue plays, Miami and San Antonio. And those are probably two of my top plays tonight when it comes to indicators. I got to stop saying plays, indicators when it comes to that. For the NHL, now the NHL, the overvalued teams tonight in the NHL, Minnesota, Colorado, Edmonton, and San Jose. And for your best value plays of the night, Vegas, great value. St. Louis, those are your top 2 value plays of the night. Indicators of the night, indicators. And percentage plays of the night, St. Louis, 56% chance of winning. They're a B neutral type team. Colorado, they're a 54% chance, a B neutral type team. And those are your top percentage indicators tonight at the Rain Report. All right, let's get to that NBA system that I was talking to you guys about. And let's go to the NBA right here. And I'm going to pull up the tool. And if you want to see the system, go to Tools, go to Podcasts, and then you just scroll down to the bottom here. Go find the value on NBA and NBA winning and losing teams, right? All right, so the way this system works is like this. So what I was looking for last night is we noticed that the NHL teams coming off a 1-goal loss or win, there was more value coming off a loss, right? So let's put on our bookmaker's hat and let's think about this. NBA teams, where's the value? Now, here's what I came up with my research. NHL, money line sport. NBA, point spread sport. So you see, it's apples and oranges. So when I dissect the numbers and I started researching, I said, it's not as attractive as it was the NHL on the 1-goal games. However, I did find an angle, and I'm going to show that with you in just a second. Now, NBA teams on a win streak. So NBA home teams coming off a win. You can see here, anything I highlighted in yellow is decent. So the only value I found in NBA home teams coming off a 5-game or more win streak, 16-6 for 72%, but not that great against the point spread or the over-under. NBA away teams coming off a win, a 5-game or more winning streak, 12-4 to the over. All right, so that's pretty good right there. NBA favorites, now that have 5-game or more losing streak, so think about that. NBA favorites that are on a 5-game or more losing streak, they're 16-6. Let me see here. No, 6-16. 6-16. I gotta fix that. Actually, you know what? Let me pull this up. That doesn't seem right. Maybe I did a mistake when I was typing that in. So let me see. I'll just bring this over here. So what did I say here? I said NBA favorites. Let's go NBA favorites. 5 or more game losing streak. Where is it here? Just bear with me, guys. No, winning streak, right? 5 or more game winning streak this season. And maybe I did a little typo mistake here. Let me see. All right. Survey says. No, 16-6. Okay, I got it right. So it's 16-6. So NBA favorites on a 5 or more game winning streak are 16-6. So it's not 27%. It's higher than that. That should be yellow. But again, what I'm trying to get at here is NBA teams on winning streak, ATS straight up, and over-unders, really no value. However, this is where the value comes in. Look at this. Look at all the yellow here and the value here. NBA teams on a losing streak. So in the first section, NBA home teams. NBA home teams coming off a 4-game losing streak, 10-5-1 against the spread, 67%, 11-5 to the over. Teams coming off a 2-game losing streak, 40-27-1 to the over. NBA teams at home coming off a 3-game losing streak, 22-14 to the over. Now look at the progression here. 60%, 61%, 69%. However, when they get to a 5 or more game losing streak, then they go back to the under. So NBA home teams on a 2-game to 4-game losing streak, this is pretty solid right here. In fact, if I calculate this right now, let me do the calculator. Let me see here. So we got 40 plus 22. I'll tell you, these. Don't you hate that? You put up your calculator in the app and they put the freaking advertisement there. Okay, 40 plus 22 plus 11 equals 73. And then you got 27 plus 14 plus 5 equals 46. 46, so you got 9. So we got a system that is 61%. Pretty solid. This is pretty solid right here. So NBA home teams coming off a 2, 3, or 4 game losing streak, you got yourself a nice little 61% winning system. And same thing with favorites. Look at that. Favorites and underdogs, same thing, right? We're considering it's the favorites and underdogs. So if it does for the favorite, it does for the underdog. So NBA teams on a 2 or favorites. NBA home teams or favorites. But favorites or home teams. On a 2 games, 3 games, or 4 game losing streaks. Pretty good solid system right there. Now, the teams that are involved tonight, New Orleans over, San Antonio over, Utah, and LA. And it went 2-0 last night. The 2 games that went over last night involving 2 teams on a 2 game losing streak, LA Clippers and the Philadelphia 76ers. Clippers and Sixers were on a 2 game losing streak prior to last night, and both teams went over. So there's another system we're going to monitor. Now, in the NHL, we got a great 1-goal teams coming off a 1-goal loss, and favorites have a great system right there. Now we're going to track this one to see how we do with this NBA system. So NBA home teams or favorites or underdogs coming off a 2 game, 3 game, or 4 game losing streak, played the over. The over has hit 60%. And look at this, on a 4 game losing streak, 69% on the year. So teams on a 4 game losing streak, NBA favorites or underdogs on a 11-5 on the year. So that is pretty crazy stuff right there. All right. Nice little angle right there. That is a nice little betting angle. And again, if you want to see this angle, you can just go to tools, go to podcasts. And once you get to the podcast, if you want to see all the betting angles that we show here on the website, just go to the bottom and then click on this, and it'll bring up that angle. And if you want to verify the stats, you just go to NBA. You go to the dashboard, and then you go to Super Stats right down here, and then you can bring up that betting angle like I just did right there. So you just go to NBA, and let's go favorites, and let's go teams on a 2 game losing streak. Teams on a 2 game losing streak right here, current season. And then it'll bring up the stat right there. 42-27 on the year. So guys, that's pretty solid. If you guys are betting into systems and you're looking for some type of system to help you win, or you're handicapping, hey, that's pretty solid right there. All right, let's look at the bullpen. Pell's only game 228. Wow, injuries 232. I want to bet Cavs. What is the line in Houston? If the injured pass to me, all right, let's go to the Streakcatcher play of the day. And we got a few streakers here. Now, again, Nano55, he hasn't posted a play, or she hasn't posted a play in a couple of days. And he's on a 4 game win streak. Metalhead's on a 4 game win streak, and so is Polar Bear. So, guys, wait till these guys post a play today. And the way I do it is progressive betting, right? Let's say you're riding Eddie, you put $50. If he wins, then you put 100. If he wins, you put 2, and then you progress until you feel that you start back again from 50, and that's the way it works. All right, let's go to hockeypicks.com. I'm going to put in my selections today at hockeypicks.com. In fact, I'm going to ride the St. Louis Blues here today. I like St. Louis over Vegas. Minnesota, Arizona. This is a tough game right here. This is a very tough game. Minnesota, I know they played really well of late. I'm really going to do some research on this game. For now, I'm just going to say 59%, 51% on Minnesota, but I'm going to really look into it more. I like Edmonton here. I think Colorado gets back on track here. Colorado, especially with McKinnon in the lineup. And then San Jose, Anaheim. Anaheim, you know what? Anaheim, 3.12, and then you got the Sharks. So I might have a small lean towards Anaheim. And then what you want to do is kick save, and then you can see your selections each and every day right here at ATS at thehockeypicks.com. All right, Friday. We know what Friday is about. Where's the Rustinator? Hey, Rusty. Hey, buddy. Oh, Rusty's got a little bit of a stretch. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Hey, there's Rusty. You can tell Rusty was sleeping. He's all sleepy right now. Hey, the Rustinator. He was on the treadmill the other day. I have a video of Rusty on the treadmill. Oh, he wants to go underneath now. All right, buddy. All right, that's Rusty on a Friday. He wants to eat the mic. And we kick off every Friday with the Restinator coming on the show. And yeah, you know what? Good show today, guys. Hopefully, man's best friend. Yeah, absolutely, eh? Ed Drake says, a mad best friend. How you doing there, Eddie? All right, so any questions before I head off here today, guys? Should be a lot of great games this weekend on the NHL, NBA. And we'll watch some college basketball. A lot of good college basketball games going today. And we'll keep an eye out on that. And we'll see what happens there. Dogs are the best. Yeah, dogs are great. Yeah, sometimes, right? Unless they're, it's everything's melting here in Ottawa. So Rusty started digging yesterday. Yeah, so not too happy about the digging in the backyard right now. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your weekend. Don't forget, you can get the rain report each and every day right here at atsstats.com. Less than $1 a day. Less than $1 a day, you get the rain report. And if you're interested in my top plays, I'm on a great run right now. 17-8 on the season. My last 25, sorry, not the season, my last 25. And you can get my plays. In fact, I'm running a great deal right now. You can get all my premium picks, my top plays each and every day for less than $1 a day. $99 for the years, and you get my premium picks each and every day. And if you want to confirm your picks or verify your picks with mine, you can get them right here at atsstats.com. For the Restinator, I'm Ron Raymond. This was the Rain Report, and I wish everybody today a great weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe, everybody. Have fun. Enjoy your families. And we'll be back here on Monday. And as always, as my good friend Sonny would say, I didn't see Sonny today. Shop for value. Play those percentages. We'll see you back here on Monday with another Rain Report. Cheers, guys.